pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer!
Yo, welcome back to the Pro Hop take 2, because I kind of messed up the first part. But I'm with my boy Thornhill Walk. We're here to talk about the association. The first week, like y'all said before I messed up this recording, a lot of unknowns still. It's too early. But what y'all see so far about these players and teams that, especially your Hawks? I want you to talk about the Hawks.
I think we're seeing a lot. Them feeling a need that they needed to feel, man. I think in the past, everything was put on Trae Young with the ball to create and kind of make a play, and he had no help. Nobody else could really create a shot off the dribble other than him. And then if teams was able to switch that, and if him being the height he is, it makes it harder on himself. And and once they get like that, not having any other options, with the ball in their hand, it kind of created a lot of problems. We saw that in the Miami series last year. So I think they revamped and got built for that type of pressure now. I believe having Dejounte Murray, he's making a big impact already. Every game, I think he's leading the league in steals right now, at like 4.3 steals a game. I mean, it's 2 games, but he getting to he doing what they thought he was gonna do already, and I'm pleased to see that. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff out of Onyeka Okongwu. I think he kind of slide into that starting center role. I think he might make Capella take a seat, and that's okay. Having Capella off the bench is not gonna be a big deal, but I like when I see out of Okongwu right now. He could end up being a starting center. And then John Collins, he made a lot of improvements. He on his shooting. He knocked down these first 2 games. You know what I mean? And then Andre Hunter, he turned into that guy they thought he was going to be too. So we just got time will tell. You know what I mean? But right now, they look pretty good, man.
What about the Lakers? What about the Lakers? What you think about that team right now?
They hopefully they can make the play-in time.
I think they could. I think they could be around the 9-10 seed.
That's really their ceiling right
Stealing.
now. That's what's crazy.
They stealing.
That's what's crazy though. That's what their ceiling is.
They can't shoot. Patrick Beverly is their best 3-point shooter on their team. Statistically,
yeah, you're not winning nothing with him being.
You can't win nothing. The Lakers shot like within 2 games, they shot like 80 something threes.
Sheesh.
And they was like 9 for like 83 or something like that from 3. Like they're just not good. LeBron can't shoot like that. AD just gets worse in shooting every year from the 3-point line. And then you got Russell Westbrook, who he's just not for how much he get paid. He sucks. You turn the ball over. You can't shoot. You making like bonehead plays. This man is just like getting attacked in the preseason, throwing the ball back and forth for somebody, knocking the ball out of people's hands. Like he's just not. He going out sad. He going out like worse than AI, worse than Melo. Like this is just.
That man, he does get paid too much. What team you think if the Lakers had a chance to trade him? What team you think would want Westbrook and that contract?
Nobody want Westbrook. They want his contract. So it would be Indiana, which is the one everybody's talking about. Or the Lakers might be like, you know what, we just gonna hold on to Russ for the whole year, let the $45 million come off our books and get a superstar. I don't know what they're doing. The Lakers might even be in the lottery for the new boy, the 7'5", 6'7",
Yeah.
They might be trying to swing that, yeah.
Because LeBron not like good enough to. He shouldn't be your best player, bro. He's 37. Like this.
AD supposed to be the guy over there. That's just not happening.
80 soft, man. You saw Steph Curry rip the ball out that dude's hands.
Yeah, I know. He supposed to be the guy.
It scares me every time. Every time he goes for a layup or something, and you see him go to the ground, it scares me. I'm like, man, he might be hurt on this one. So it's crazy though.
He was top 5. He was a legit top 5 player in the NBA.
Yes,
he was that first unicorn.
And I would like him to be like MVP, like voting. Like I hate the Lakers, right? But I like AD, and I hope he does well this year. But it doesn't look like he looks hurt. Like he looks old and slow. I don't know what's. They say he has a lower back injury.
He just ain't been active enough, man.
Hey, I want to talk about this. I don't know how much y'all been watching this, but I haven't. But everyone's talking about it. That Utah Jazz team. Someone's like they're doing actually like I don't know what to say about that. I
They
like the
supposed to
team
be
though.
they supposed to be tanking,
Yeah, but
but
they not.
they out here beating people. They don't. They just beat the Timberwolves, which was like not expected
Yeah.
at all. So
Yeah, that was the game that they were talking about. But like looking down
the
this roster is crazy. It's young.
this dude Rudy Gobert though, man, not the drift. 23 rebounds, it's crazy.
Who got him on fantasy? Sheesh. Look, let's see. I want to talk about your Hawks again because I want you to talk to Walker about this. Where do you see your team going?
Well, man, you telling me I just can't see us adding in, stuff that we didn't have than the previous years. And we was 2 games away from being in the finals with what we had in the past. You know what I mean? So now we adding players. I just don't see how we can't be a contender. Like nobody can't even see us as a contender. Is what I'm saying. Like I feel like we a contender. We a contender to
Walk's
win the
already
championship.
laughing.
I feel like, bro. I feel like we a real contender for the championship. If you think about it, if they can keep their style, if they end up meshing, getting better and better, I mean, this is his first couple games. I mean, imagine mid-season. You know what I mean? You never know. But yeah, I see that's their ceiling for me. Like
What's
it's
that?
almost them trying to win the championship, man. They gotta be in contender, like at least getting into the semifinal, at least semis or bust, man. On they type of timing right now. After that, you don't go out and get an all-star like that if you don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You can't make that choice to get Jansen Murray, and if he really go into a team that's the same as San Antonio, what's the point? You know what I mean? Why you ain't take that bag in San Antonio if that's really the same type of team? You know what I mean? Which is not. So I don't know, man. I think they got a real chance. Just,
You got
I
something
know
to say,
Milwaukee
Walk?
the favorite. Milwaukee the favorite on the Eastern Conference, and we know that. But I mean, you can't deny the fact that
It's about 3 teams ahead of y'all still.
we don't know that yet though.
I listen, man. You Thorn, bruh. You making the classic fan mistake. Sports isn't 1+1 = 2. So when you saying, oh, y'all went to the Eastern Conference Final, bro? How many years ago was that?
Too.
2 years
It's not
ago,
that.
the
It's
NBA
not far.
has
That's not
changed.
that far.
What I'm
It's not
saying, bro,
that
the
far. It's not that
NBA
far
has
removed.
changed. But I'm saying the NBA has changed dramatically 2 years ago. Warriors got a totally different team than 2 years ago. Like everything's changed, right? And you saying, and my pro with the Hawks is, it's not that Trae Young isn't good. It's not that Murray isn't good. But let's be real, Thorne. It's Trae Young. What would you rank him in the NBA as far as all players? Top what?
Players top 10 right now.
He in what,
That's not
10?
wild. That's not a wild
Okay,
take.
okay. Well, we could debate that, but
That's not a
you
wild
think he
take.
top 10? What you think What you think Murray is?
Dejounte Murray probably top 30, top 25 for sure.
You got a top 10 winner in the history of NBA has a top 10, top 30 player won the title. Never. Not as them guys. And then on top of that, bro, Trae Young is talent. He's good.
Detroit.
He's
Detroit.
okay. And they was a great defensive team. It's something that y'all not, which brings me to my other thing.
Yeah, but you see the identity.
Listen, remember my other thing.
That play.
Y'all backcourt is extremely small. You got Trae Young who was 6'3", Murray who like 6'4", at best.
It's
And when y'all,
effective right now.
no, I'm
It's
saying this
effective
is
now.
this is basketball, bro. Listen, when y'all played against Miami last year, guess what they did? All they did was smother Trae Young. He's too small.
He was the only ball handler though. He was the only one that
It
can
don't matter.
make a
He's
play.
too small.
That does matter. What you mean? If you only got to key in on one ball handler, why is that not easy if you add another one? If you add another one that can create that can drive by you, that can create the same looks on the pick and roll. Just add
You didn't add
Trey
a
in the
great
corner this
player
time.
though. But y'all didn't add another great player.
What I'm saying? Trae Young is a great player though. He just needed support.
Okay,
Though.
Murray's not a great player.
How's he not? He's developing into one. He just made that All-Star team last
This
year.
man is a top 25, top 30 player in the NBA, and you saying he great. Them players are sometime All-Star players. he's a sometime all-star player. He's not a lock. He's not a Trae Young who guaranteed to make it. Murray might not make it. He might not even
But
make the All-Star team.
that's good as having this as a support though. You don't have to have a superstar.
When
I feel like
what's the
you
history
put
of
as
the
much weight
NBA?
into the superstars.
Thorn. In the history of the NBA, the
Like
last 10 years.
this is a new trend though. With
What
these
trend?
superstars.
No, I'm talking about in the last 10 years, Thorn. Name a team that's won an NBA title without a superstar.
I mean, technically, y'all would say everybody says Tim Duncan was a superstar, right? But nobody looked at them Spurs teams as like they were the favorites every time. Maybe when the mailman was there or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When Robinson was there, you know what I'm saying? But
He won titles after Robinson.
that's what I'm saying. But them teams that he won after, they was never like the team that you thought was gonna be that was gonna beat them.
He was a
Whoever
top
their matchup
player.
was.
But Tim Duncan was a top player in the NBA, right? He was a top
That's
5
true.
player in the NBA.
So it's and Trae Young is a top 10 player in the NBA. It's debatable. Number one point guard in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like people will argue. Like and I'm not the only one. I'm not the only person that will argue that.
So you think Trae? Wait, hold on, Thorn.
I'm not the only person that will argue
Thorn,
that.
I want to make sure I'm hearing you clearly. You saying it's debatable if Trae Young is the best point guard in the NBA. So
Yeah.
you can
You
say
hold
on, bro. It's not a question.
technically Luka. Well, but Luka.
So you think Trae Young better than Curry? You think Trae Young better than Steph Curry?
Shit, I mean, not technically, but he definitely top. It's debatable though.
Trae Young, no, it's not debatable, bro. It's not debatable.
They can put up the same numbers. Like they can put up the same numbers. You going off of all time? You know what I mean? Yeah, favorite says, survey says, yeah, it should be Curry. You know what I mean? But I'm just telling you right now, this season, when they coming up, you know what I mean, year 4, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a different type of player now. You know what I mean? He was putting up all that shit. He didn't have no help. Now he got that. Now he got help. Now he got support.
Yeah, I'm saying you acting like this help is like some like KD. You acting like this help is.
You acting like what you say? You acting like it's Eric Snow or some shit. You acting like it's.
Decent. Okay, bro. I'm gonna use my Bulls as an example, bro. We were a good team. We wasn't making the playoffs. We had Levine, All-Star. We added another All-Star, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is centuries times better than Murray is. Like that's not debatable, right? DeMar DeRozan is better than Murray. The Bulls add DeMar DeRozan and they add Vucevic. So we have 3 legit All-Stars on our team. We not winning the title. We ain't going nowhere because we ain't got them dogs. So it's not even me hating on your team. I'm saying it's even about my team. Like,
So this is the thing about Trae Young for me, because me and Walker always have this discussion because of the history part, right? He's going against 2 different things, right? 1, not being a top 5 player, and 2, being a small player. Like in the history, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas, who else was there? Oh, and Dwayne Wade under 6'5" to win a title.
6'6", yeah.
There's plenty of players 6'3". It's plenty of players 6'3" that's all-time legends.
No, as your best player.
Won a title as your best player. He named the 3 people. He named the 3 people.
That's the thing he's going against is what I'm saying, because every other one.
Basketball is a tall man's game. Like you can't get away from that.
Trends come and go though, man. Teams, the league used to be all about inside game. Then it went to the 3-ball. You know what I'm saying? The game could shift again, man.
Different, Thorn. You talking something different. I'm not talking about how the game is played. I'm talking about the player. If you have a basketball team in the NBA and you do not have a top 5-ish player or a superstar to even start with, you're not winning. Okay, and let's say you think Trae Young is a top 5 player. Okay, I don't believe that, but let's say we're gonna go with that. He don't have nobody else next to him that's even close to that, because you usually need another type of star, right? You can't wait.
Who says they're done getting? Who says they're done with their acquisitions? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, who y'all getting? Who y'all getting? That's available. That's gonna put y'all over the hump.
Westbrook.
They talking about Jay Crowder. They talking about Crowder.
Jay Crowder is not making y'all win the title. Y'all are not a Jay Crowder away from a title, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
If he would have got PJ Tucker, they'd have been feeling like the same way.
No, I'm telling you, y'all not a PJ Tucker away from winning a title.
No, man. I feel like that it's a different type of X factor with Trae Young, though, man. Him not having that, him not having to do that much with the ball now is gonna be a different type of game, man.
Bro. Y'all play the Bucks. Let's say y'all play the Bucks in the playoffs. Or y'all play the Celtics in the playoffs. Y'all getting smothered.
Nah, he's not guarding him off ball like that. He can guard him on ball like that, but he not
Tatum
guarding
will
him off ball
guard
like that.
Trae Young.
Not off
Jaylen Brown
ball.
will guard Murray. It's a
We seen him
Marcus
kill
Smart.
him. He's killed all of
Marcus
them.
Smart,
Though.
Brogdon.
He's
They're
killed all of
big.
them.
They're
Though.
long.
He killed all of them. He's killed all of them before though.
In a 7-game series, I don't know about that. He'll probably have his. I think he'll have his spurts.
He was doing that with. He put 48 on Milwaukee. He put 48 on them, man.
In the playoffs?
Yes, in the playoffs. Yes, in the
He
playoffs.
win.
48.
He win.
Yes.
He won the series.
I mean, what I'm saying though, like,
what was the series?
You can't put up those type of numbers.
No.
You
What
can't
was
put
the
up the type of
series?
numbers and be smothered. That's not. You can't be smothered if you put up 48.
I'm not talking about Trae Young numbers. It's not Trae Young versus Giannis. It's the Hawks. Trae Young plays for the Hawks.
But you saying, I'm telling you, you said that he would be smothered. He was doing that with him being the primary ball handler. He could be off ball now. He doesn't have to. He was doing that with them knowing that he's the only one that can create off of the dribble. And I'm saying now he doesn't have to be the only option that can create off of the dribble. And him having that, just having him having that as an added, that shit, that's a main difference of what he can do. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
you got a friendly bet that y'all won't even. I guarantee y'all not gonna make the NBA Finals. That's a 1,000,000% true.
That's a safe bet. I bet you. I bet that sounds safe.
I guarantee
but
y'all
you were just saying. You were just saying they
won't
weren't going to make the playoffs. You
I
were
never
just
say y'all
saying
wasn't
play in.
I never
You
say
were
y'all
saying play in teams and all this other bullshit.
This is what I said. This is what I said. Y'all can be a playing team. My Bulls can be a playing team. The East is loaded, bro.
That's a football field of safety on that wager. Talking about like it's safe like that. You went to the finals, like it's a lot of teams that probably do you think they're going to the finals? They won't make the finals.
Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all won't make it out the second round.
All right, then.
So look, this is what
that's crazy to say.
This is
not crazy, bro. The history of the NBA tells you that's not crazy.
But
we did it with less. Look at the history and see how we did it with less. Look at the history and see how we did it with less, though. And now we got more.
What did y'all ever do?
How are we not?
I don't ever remember Atlanta winning anything in my lifetime. So what did y'all? What history am I looking at? Dr. J?
I'm just talking about this team right now. We're talking about
what have y'all done? What have y'all done?
In the last 2 years, we went to the East Conference Finals. That's not nothing. That's not a small task.
Who cares?
That's not that far. That's
all
not
right,
that
bro.
far.
Listen. 3 years ago, the Lakers won a title. That don't mean nothing right now. You know why? Because they suck.
Why not? LeBron still counting on his fucking legacy, don't he? LeBron still counting on his legacy. They got another championship and another Finals MVP right next to his fucking face. No matter what setting it is now, added because of that championship. So don't say it don't matter.
Okay, Thor, I'm asking you this. You think y'all could beat the Bucks in the East in the 7-game series? Can y'all beat the Bucks?
I mean, it was only 2 games removed from it. We did it with less.
No. Yes, now. Yes or no? Okay, you think y'all could beat the Bucks?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I think that when they just did it with less?
You think y'all could beat Boston?
They can beat all of those top teams, man. All of them. Who else you want to say? Brooklyn? Oh my goodness. Brooklyn. Like, wow. I don't even know, man. I don't see how you can. It seems like it's so far removed in people's minds that they can do something like that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so it's good that
when you were just in the Eastern Conference Finals, when you was only 2 games away from the NBA Finals. Like,
no, but
against that same Bucks team, that Bucks team hasn't changed.
That
Bucks team hasn't changed. They might have gotten worse. That Bucks team hasn't changed. You know what I mean? Atlanta definitely has grown exponentially more than that Bucks team.
You know why the Bucks need to change? Because they got arguably the best player in the NBA.
Yeah, that's cool, but we're not talking about who was the top player in the NBA. I'm just saying that it's being undermined the fact that Trae Young is a top 10 player in the NBA is what I'm saying.
It's not being undermined. It's just historically
underrated. That's what it is. It's historically underrated.
But like in the history, you have to be a top 5 to win a title.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that with that Detroit team.
You're talking about what? Well, how many years ago was that? 18.
I'm just saying, like that's if we looking at history though, like you can't just generalize and say that things out of the norm can't happen.
I'm not generalizing. I always put this in context though. Yes, that Detroit Pistons team won a title without a quote unquote top 5. But understand this: in life, exceptions don't change the rule. right? There are always exceptions. Nothing is 100%. And on top of that, that Detroit Pistons team had a very good All-Star in Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups. They had like 5 All-Stars. Rip Hamilton, they had 5 All-Stars on their team. The Hawks still got 5 All-Stars on their team, and they were one of the greatest defensive teams ever, with one of the greatest defensive players ever in Ben Wallace. So that team had a whole bunch of variables on their side, even though they didn't have a top 5. Like that's unique. Y'all don't have a team like that.
So I say it like this.
I also said we was also a couple years away too. I said that we like 2 years away from really being the contender that we supposed to be, like year in year out type shit. But like we only 1 or 2 players away really, but we could do it now, man. I don't see it being how far they reached for them to do it now, man. It's hard for people to see that right now, because I mean, it's so much history and statistics. And
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Things been happening out of the norm all in the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? All over sports. So
That's not in basketball. Not in basketball.
That's not how it go.
There's no parity in basketball. That's the thing. That's another reason why I like football more, or baseball, is because you can't predict shit on there. Like look at the fucking Phillies about to be in the World Series if they beat this team. Even the team they're playing, the San Diego teams. Like you didn't see that coming.
And Thorne, I'm looking at like NBA rankings, how just complex, ESPN, Bleacher Report. Most of these people got Trae Young at like 15, bro. I just want.
That's all on his height though. That's what they say about that.
But that's important. Thorne. You play basketball. That's the height is a big part of the game, bro. Like you can't diminish that. Like,
I mean, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, you can't just all in all say, oh, because you're not 6'5", you won't never be a top 5 player. I don't believe that, because Allen Iverson did it years ago, and he was tough like that.
He didn't
Isaiah Thomas did the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, you bringing up Allen Iverson. What has Allen Iverson ever won?
Just saying, he didn't have no help, man. He was by himself in that final. He beat Kobe and them by himself.
Dikembe Mutombo, yeah, he was like the defensive player of the year. Eric Snow was on all defensive team. I mean, granted, he didn't have the super help. I'm not saying his team was great.
If you got to score 60 every game for your team to win, that's not productive. I mean, it's good for your stats, but if you're doing that, really, if you have to score that much for your team to win, I mean, that's not gonna help. You know
when is the last time in NBA, for the most part, that 2 stars have won a title, or just having 2 stars?
Yeah, maybe that Dallas team.
No, so you think that Dallas team with Dirk, and who would you say is the second best player in that team?
It's debatable. It's debatable that year. So you could. Some people saying that's in playoffs.
Jason Terry. Jason Terry
too.
Is that a better combination? Is that a better combination than Trae Young and Murray, or LeBron and AD when they was the 2 main stars? Is Murray and Trae Young?
That's a good combo though.
Huh?
I feel like they're younger though. You know what I'm saying? Those are young dudes though. You talking about these dudes and they mid like late 20s and early 30s and shit. These kids are still these kids that's coming up still already this good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me they're not gonna be better, man.
You seem to think that Trae Young is on the same planet as Steph Curry. So
Trae gonna break his record though. He's gonna break his record.
But that's not because he's better.
I'm just saying, like,
it's not because he's better, bro. And again, you have to. This is what
I would say.
Trae Young. I understand Trae Young is going to break Steph Curry's 3-point record. That's without a doubt. But let's put context around it. Don't just say he gonna break his record and then walk away from the table. He gonna break his record. For one, you have to understand this. Yes, players shoot threes more today. Even we know we have Steph Curry. Trae Young shoots more threes than Steph Curry. Trae Young isn't more efficient than Steph Curry, so that's always the most important thing about winning. That's the most important thing.
That's cool.
You have to understand this. Steph Curry was hurt his first few years in the NBA. So Trae Young that's a fact.
His first few years in the NBA already been in the conference finals. You know, he's only in year 4.
What I'm saying is Steph Curry had pretty much like 3 to 4 years where he really wasn't like Steph Curry.
Yeah, but Trae came in the league.
Came out the door.
Came in the league.
Shooting. That's context.
Took a Hawks team that was not making the playoffs to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2 years.
Young gonna become the greatest shooter? You think Trae Young becomes the greatest three-point shooter of all time?
In 2 years, he took his team to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Do you think that Trae Young will be the greatest three-point shooter of all time?
He will be. Yeah. He will be. If you can't. I mean, shit. If you ain't shooting, you can't get better. He main guy shooting. He the main 3-point leader in the league. You know what I mean? Like shooting as far as attempts. You know what I mean? So he's definitely gonna develop into that because he has to because of his height.
I'm trying to look at it right now to see the.
Yes, Trae Young gonna be the GOAT three-point shooter one day.
He has to be. Sure.
No, he don't. Like, I don't understand what makes you think that.
And he can't.
3-point.
He can't have like be the top. If he has to finish all the time, you know what I mean. Finishing is not going to be his strong suit at his height, obviously. But he's still can get in the paint though. He's putting on weight. You see, he's still getting in there, the float game crazy. Still throwing that pick and roll. Still running pick and roll best in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Trae Young has never made an All NBA first team in his career.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
You know, Trae Young has only made one All NBA team, like in general, 1, 2, or 3 in his career.
Those all could have been snubs. I mean,
three. It's three. It's 3.
Look at them years. Look at his years, though.
Okay, so that means it was at least 3-point guards or 6 guards better than him a lot of years.
According to certain people.
No, actually, it's 3 guards on each team. So it's at least 9 guards better than him a lot of these years. Like, you want to compare Steph Curry to Trae Young, he got a long way to go. Trae Young ain't never been a scoring leader.
Trae only been in the league 4 or 5 years, man.
Okay. He ain't never been a steals.
Look where he at though. Look where he's standing beside. Look where his ceiling is already. 4 years in.
He's standing
but
beside.
It's underrated.
Murray.
If Luka did what Trae Young did, they had been. You know what I mean? It's already talked about more. You know what I'm saying?
Trae Young, you gonna be sick when Luka win this MVP this year. You gonna be sick.
I think he's gonna get it either though.
Oh, he on the ballot. Trae Young ain't on the ballot. Trae Young ain't on that MVP ballot. I can tell you that.
Because of where his team finishing. That's only because of where his team had finished.
Y'all got Murray.
According to what they say.
But you say they're gonna make it to the finals.
Shit, I feel like it's not far removed.
I'll give Thorne that, like, it doesn't, like, for me, if you make it to the finals, that's cool. But my point that I wanted to prove is you're not gonna win a title like with that, because he's going against a lot, man. Like I said, if it happens, I'll be the first to say that. But just like we were saying, like, literally NBA, if you don't have that, you're not, like, history will tell you you're not gonna win the title. But going to the finals, Jimmy Butler, I know, is never going to win a title. But, yeah, he went to the finals, too.
Let me give you a little context on the playoffs. Steph Curry shoots 40% from the three-point in his career from the playoffs. Do you want to take a wild guess what Trae Young shoots from the playoffs from 3?
Play more playoff games, though.
No, it's not about games. It's percentage.
I'm sure his left is not as efficient. You know what I mean?
It's 28. That's dog shit.
Oh, that's
lost.
But he in the playoffs is different though. You know, he's getting.
Oh yeah, in the playoffs he gets worse. He's getting
triple team. No, back then. But now he's not able to get triple team. If Dejounte Murray is able to if he's able to perform.
You know what's funny about that? When Steph Curry had a guy named Kevin Durant on his team, they used to say that Steph Curry's the one getting double teamed, even with Kevin Durant on his team.
One of them somebody can reach the benefits from that though, just from another threat on the offensive end, and they had 4 They had 4 that year, because Draymond was still able to shoot a little bit around them times. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had 4 really, plus Livingston. You know what I'm saying? So they had a lot more options back then. Either way.
Talking about when he had KD.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have KD on your team, and Steph Curry is still getting double teamed, not KD. And this has been confirmed by Warrior players.
They still say KD is what you would say KD's best player in the league over Steph Curry, though. People still would say that.
That's debatable. It's debatable. But you know why it's debatable? The only reason it's debatable, most people gonna pick KD all the time because KD is 7 foot tall, so that's a no-brainer. But what makes it debatable is that this dude that's only 6'3" is the greatest shooter of all time. He has something very special. Trae Young
Right.
is a poor man Steph Curry, bro. That's all
I'm
he
just saying,
is.
like, now it says the greatest shooter of all time now because he has the accomplishment, right?
He was the
Field goals
greatest
made
shooter
in
of
a
all
season.
time before he passed Reggie Miller and Ray Allen.
Man, they
You
would say that.
understand that? Right? They was saying that way
I was saying,
before
I was
that.
saying that. I was saying that. Yeah, I
Everybody
agree
was
too.
saying it. Stephen A. been saying Steph Curry the greatest shooter of all time for the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, nobody ever seen nobody create shots off the three like that off the dribble. But I'm
And
just
Trae
saying
Young is not as
it's not wild to
efficient as
think
Steph Curry. He's not as
right
efficient.
right now. Right now, year 4,
Your
yeah,
three
it's
point
not.
his 3 point percentage is
That's a
not
wild
gonna
comparison.
skyrocket. It's not gonna
That's a wild
skyrocket.
that's a wild comparison year 4. I'm just saying that's a wild comparison year 4. You know what I mean? Like later on,
Would y'all consider Trae Young better than Donovan Mitchell?
I say they're on the same level right now.
I
Yeah,
would take.
they in that same uh you know, they cool.
So if I took Trey away from it, I'm not sure that Dejounte Murray can be your Robin to win a title. That's my thing. I don't see. I like him, but you look at the other tandems that you have to go against: Tatum and Brown, Giannis and what's his name, freaking Holiday and Middleton. Then you have Embiid and Harden. These are tougher like opponents that you have to go against. I'm not saying they couldn't, but
Yeah, it is, bro. It's like this. When you look at players, bro, like when CJ McCollum was in Portland with Dame, CJ's good. He never made the All Star in Portland, but CJ is not really. He shouldn't be your second best player on your team in terms of trying to win a title. But CJ with the Pelicans, when he's a
being the
third
third,
option, he looks way better because he's your third best player. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Trae Young will never win a title. What I'm saying is Trae Young is a great player, but Trae Young is better suited as their number 2 best player. So if the Hawks got somebody like a KD type of player, and y'all have Trae Young and Murray, then it's a whole different story. It's not really about Trae Young. I just don't think he could be your first best player. I don't think Murray can be your second best player on the title team. He's more of a 3. And that's what it comes down to. AD cannot be your best player on your team. When he goes to LeBron, it works. There's levels to this. Some people are not meant to be your best player on the championship team.
what if Jimmy
I think
Butler
that's a
went to the
problem.
Hawks?
I don't see that
No,
happening, but I
they're
don't
not.
think that.
Jimmy Butler doesn't push the Hawks.
Jaylen Brown does though. Jaylen Brown is the type of pickup that we need, and which is rumored too for the next season or the next free agent period. They talking about.
That's
Jaylen
what I'm
Brown
saying.
being the next
Even if
season.
y'all get Jaylen Brown isn't a 1. 2 2s don't make a 1.
I still think Jaylen Brown is the best player on that Celtics team, bro. I really do feel that.
But even if you think that Jaylen Brown isn't a 1,
You mean like
I don't-
position, like the beat?
No,
Like
I
your
say-
number one option.
he's your
Oh,
number 1
yeah,
option
yeah.
on a championship team. Jaylen Brown is not that good of a player.
But them 3 together would be something special.
No,
too.
that's what I'm trying to get through your head. 2 2s don't make a 1. So if I'm a number 1 option, and if I'm a number 2 option, you're a number 2 option, both of us together does not make a number 1 option.
So you saying LeBron and D-Wade and Chris Bosh wasn't supposed to make that team better than Dirk?
No, LeBron is a number 1 option. Dwayne Wade is a number 1 option type of player. So it works. But you understand what I'm saying. You can't. Jimmy Butler's a great player. He's not a number 1 option player. It's only about 5 to 6 number 1 option players in the NBA, and that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, it works because they have Kawhi, who's a number 1. Paul George isn't a number 1.
Yeah, but they picked him up thinking he was though. I mean, I feel like he should.
Oh, the Clippers picked him up because Kawhi was coming. The number 1. You know how Kawhi goes to the Raptors and they win because DeMar DeRozan isn't a number 1 player.
That's a good example.
But Kawhi is, and they won, and that's all they did was switch them players because Kawhi is a top 5-ish, was a number 2 player in the NBA at that time, and DeRozan wasn't in that top 5, and they won a title. That's pretty much all I'm saying. It's not a knock against Trey.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, they was late. They're like a year or 2 away. But
Y'all need a player.
It's not far.
Y'all need a player. Y'all need that guy.
From, man.
But who is when you say that, I'm looking at these rosters. I'm like, realistically, who is available? Like,
Nobody. There's nobody that's that type of player. I mean, KD not leaving changed a lot of things. You know what I mean? He might still leave, but I don't think
damn,
he's
bro.
gonna.
I just thought about it when Walk said something, man, because I forgot y'all drafted Luca. That's a number one option. And he's
Well, I'm
six
saying,
six.
That's
Luka.
because he's 6'8", because he's 6'8", though, right? But
Yeah,
That's
numbers wise, he's doing the same thing Trae Young is doing, correct?
right, right.
okay, but
It's the
listen.
same
Absolutely,
thing.
absolutely.
Their careers is synonymous.
But
Like,
he's
because
6'8".
Because
Yeah.
he's 6'8", he's
Yes.
levels above.
Yes, that's how
wild.
that's how
That's wild.
basketball works.
I
That's
feel
how
like it's
that's
harder to be. I feel like it's harder to be 6'1" and doing what you're doing in the NBA though. That should be fucking respected more because it's harder to do that.
that's the game.
Oh, we're
Listen,
not. It's not
Thorn,
disrespecting Trey.
How tall are you?
Shit, I'm 5'9". Shit, like
So
you know what I'm
just
saying?
for like let's say
Imagine me being in the league putting up 28 and 13
Thorn,
assists.
No one's
Thorn.
disrespecting that part.
I'm not
That's not the
disrespecting that.
point.
I'm just
You know what I'm
saying
saying?
that's
Like, come
cool.
on, man, you can't tell me like, why is that not more listed as more of a
You know
why
what?
is
Okay,
that
bro.
right,
You know what
merited
made
more in the situation?
You know what made Magic Johnson so great?
Him being 6'8", moving around like that, yeah. Victor Wembanyama,
Okay.
7'5", moving around like that, yeah. I get it.
LeBron,
I
6'9",
get it.
KD,
Chet Holmgren,
Jokic.
6'7",
What do you think makes Jokic so great? What you think, this dude that's about to come in the NBA that everybody going crazy?
Yeah,
What
right,
makes him?
right.
He's tall and can do it because when you're taller, can do it. It's better because basketball is a game of height. You cannot teach height. It's unfortunate
Yeah.
you can't teach it. Either you got it or you don't.
I
And
feel like
y'all
to be
ain't.
successful at 6'1", maybe 6'2", man, is definitely it should be merited more, and how in level to what the success rate was, to what was accomplished. You know what I mean? Like Eastern Conference Finals in your fucking third year at 6'1".
But no one's
against the
downplaying
Milwaukee
like
Bucks.
what
You know
he's
what I'm saying?
doing.
That's
What I'm
crazy.
trying to
That's
say
crazy
is,
too.
what I'm saying is, Luca's height is going to be the reason. That's always going to be that. It's going to be a reason why he might get a ring.
You know, so like for the example, when y'all play
So
against
Trey
the
was
Heat,
6'3". If Trey was 6'3", he'd be number one option.
No.
But
He
Trey
has to be
6'1",
6'5",
he's not number
6'6".
one option. Oh my goodness.
see, like when Trey played against the Heat, he got like they was like able to push him around a little bit. They made it difficult, right? I
But
know
they
what
know
you're
he's
saying,
only
but listen, I
he's only
get
ball
that. But
handler. You know that.
they're gonna,
He
but,
game
this,
plan around there.
but Thorne, this is what I'm saying. They're gonna do it to both of them regardless because they're little. If I'm playing
It's
basketball
not the
against a
same
little,
though.
it is. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. If I'm playing basketball against a little person, I'm going to try to smother them, put my will on them. Luca is 6'8". You see Luca, oh, Chris Paul on me. Chris Paul 6'3". Come here. I'm gonna post you up all day. I'm gonna take you out the game. Oh, it don't. Luca will post up anybody. He posts up Draymond Green. It don't matter. He's that big, which makes him great. I'm sorry, you just can't teach height. Like, if you think LeBron James would be LeBron James if he was 6'1",
I mean,
no.
yeah, I get that. I get that. Right? Yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying, man, the kid is special, man. I think you're gonna surprise a lot of people this year, man.
Special.
I'll be.
Listen, bro, this
I'll
is what
be
I'm
here.
saying.
I'll
Damian
be here
Lillard,
all
Damian
ears.
Lillard, Damian
No hate.
Lillard is special. Damian Lillard is special. It's a lot of special. Russell Westbrook was special at one point. It's a lot of these guards. You see, Chris Paul was very special. Chris Paul's one of the greatest point guards of all time. He ain't got no title. Because you know what? Even when they was up against Milwaukee 2-1, when it came down to it, Milwaukee had a dude that was 6'10", and y'all didn't. That's what it
I
came
mean,
down to.
that's the best player in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not
And
saying
he's 16.
like right now that's the best guy that's the best player in the game. Though it's a different type of. I feel like that's.
I don't think Giannis would do that at 6'3".
Right.
He wouldn't be the same player though. Giannis at all.
Giannis got made fun of about people he ain't got no skill. James Harden said he ain't got no skill, but guess what? James Harden got to team up with another big dude to get a title, but because he couldn't get one by himself. But Giannis got one. Remember that? Yeah. So you see,
Yeah,
James
I
Harden.
understand.
James Harden is
but
James Harden not even as short as Trae Young, but he had to go get with somebody else to go win the title. He can't be the best player in nobody's team either.
yeah, but the way he used to play, that style was never gonna win a championship. Who
Hey,
could say if they didn't change
okay,
the
we
way
can
they
get on
played
to
back
them.
then? They could
He played the
have got
same
a
way.
championship.
The 76ers play the same way now. They have the worst offense in the NBA. Ever watch their offense, bro? James Harden get the ball top of key. ISO a couple times, shoot, step
That's
back,
because
shoot.
Doc Rivers
Or
ain't that coach.
then it's Joel Embiid turn. All they do is play 1-on-1. They're not a good team.
Yeah, they
They're
need to run the
good.
offense to
They
maximum.
don't have an offense. It's just 1-on-1 basketball. Your turn, my turn.
All right, it's just like my favorite podcast. I got to pivot because I have some questions on. It's early, but just like we're talking about, like the Hawks saying they may be one piece. Who's to say they're one piece away? Like what do you see in the NBA right now? Like roster wise, players that need to leave out of losing situations and will make another team like impactful. Like for example, the Wizards, they're not going nowhere. So Bradley Beal would be up. Where do you see Bradley Beal going to make another team contend?
He's extended, so he ain't going nowhere.
No, he want to be there.
Yeah. But you can still trade him. I'm just saying examples. Like
maybe like a Portland. Maybe go to Portland with Dame.
Trade Dame.
That could work. Or I mean, he could. He could go to fucking LA too.
LA, see, LA. No, LA could work. He won't be the best player.
Damian Lillard needs to go though. My favorite player. He needs to get traded. He just got to go, and because even though he's a good player, he's not going to win a title as the best player on their team. So you pair him up.
I don't think he care about winning the title.
No, he's too loyal, man. That's that Oakland roots in him. He's gonna stay loyal.
Also, bro, I'm starting to feel him now because I just feel like the media puts so much emphasis on a title for an individual when it's a team sport at the end of the day. Like,
true,
everybody can't. Has Damian Lillard, like, I'm not gonna fault Damian Lillard for winning a title, not winning one, because he's never been on a team that I even thought could win a title.
You went to the Western Conference Finals. That's as far as it.
That's the same thing about Trae Young.
Right, that's the same thing, bro. If Trae Young was to retire tomorrow, I'm not gonna be like, dang, you suck because you didn't win the title, Trae Young, because I never expected. I've never seen Trae Young on the team like, okay, that team can win the title.
Right.
He's never had. I don't think he's had. He doesn't have a team, so I'm not gonna fault him for that. Now Westbrook, that's different. I got all the smoke for him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's been on hella teams that can win a title. He's played with some of the best players in the NBA, and nobody want him either. Nobody in the NBA want him. He's been on 4 teams in 4 years.
Lead the NBA, all-time leader in triple doubles. Nobody wants him.
That's the most overrated stat ever, bro.
That's crazy.
Overrated. It's the most overrated stat, bro, because it's just.
Looking at it, yeah.
It's a double digits. It's 30. Is 20, 10, and 10 better than 35, 15, and 9? No. One a triple double, one not. So what?
Yeah, he was. I think it's kind of showing like where he is now.
Triple doubles. Then what did they lead to? They didn't lead to no wins. Steph Curry don't average a triple double. LeBron don't never average. No, like none of these great players have ever averaged a triple double in their career for a season, and they got championships. They win. They're better. So like that triple double is not conducive to winning. You just getting all the stats rather than your teammates. That's all it is, bro.
Yeah. Now we're seeing that.
If the team got 80 rebounds, do I really care who got the 80 rebounds? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's just kind of crazy, but yeah, now we're seeing why people don't want him though. It's sad to see them, man. I thought it was gonna be so much better. I thought the offense was gonna be crazy to see in LA, man. That shit, it's wild to see them where they at now.
It's because they let go a lot of key players, like a lot of key players.
They should have kept Caruso.
Yeah, they should have kept Caruso for sure. I think everybody else was like debatable, like maybe they could have stayed or gone, but Caruso definitely shouldn't have been going nowhere, especially how he was performing.
Just think about this: they were saying like DeMar DeRozan was supposed to go there instead of Westbrook. Like they messed that whole thing up.
They hurting them. I know they hurting about that too, because that's supposed to be what it is now. And that probably would make
DeMar, LeBron, and AD.
DeMar being his true third option. That's crazy.
DeMar's a third option. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. A third option that can give you 40.
Yeah.
They fucked that one. They dropped the ball. I think everyone in that front office need to get fired. Like for real, because that was supposed to happen. Like Westbrook wasn't supposed to. I don't know what happened. Like the story was DeMar DeRozan went. I don't know. I think Cabo. He went to Mexico or something. And then, like, he comes back and gets that call that he ain't going no more. I was like, what the fuck? Or something like that. I don't remember the story, but He was talking about that on one of these interviews. Hey, how do you guys like this Cleveland team? You think that's like a good matchup for the Hawks?
Yeah, I think we still come out on top on that too, though. I don't think.
Man,
I think
I,
we're a little more seasoned. A more seasoned version of them.
I
They
mean,
they
but
made bigs.
Murray
They
ain't
bigs a
Murray
little
ain't
more versatile.
Murray ain't seasoned like that though. He ain't never been to playoffs.
Okay though, because Trae Young can carry that. You know what I'm saying? They beat them. They
Not,
beat them last year. They beat them last year in the play-in, and it was, you know what I mean?
so who you think added a better
Mad.
player? Okay, so who you think added a better upgrade, Cleveland or Atlanta?
I think
You know
considering
Donovan
that
Mitchell.
Trae Young, considering Trae Young is better than Darius Garland, I feel like it's an even trade.
Okay, who in your
Trae
team
Young.
about who in your team better than Mobley?
Mobley, that's debatable. I mean, he coming up right now,
That's
but
good. Who on you? No, he that dog. He a dog.
John Collins just right there too. John Collins doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know Jared Allen was an all-star.
I like John
Yeah,
Collins
that,
too, but I'm a big fan of Jared Allen also.
You
He
know
a
Jared
Jared
big,
got
Allen.
in off somebody being hurt though.
You know Karis LeVert is still he decent. Kevin Love ain't no bum ass nigga. He can still shoot the three.
they
Ricky
got
Rubio's
Ricky
a decent
Rubio's
backup.
there, Lamar Stevens.
Robin Lopez a big tree.
That's a good matchup for y'all. I think those
I'm
two
saying it's
teams.
not sweet. It's not sweet. They got
I don't think it's sweet, but I think we still come out on top though.
they just
I
got
think
height
we,
and length. They got height and length over y'all.
yeah, we just
So
got the explosiveness.
it's because at the end of the day, Thorne and then it's like Trae Young and Murray are not good defenders, like at all. Like you can't deny that.
Murray's known for being a defender though. He's a good perimeter defender.
Steals, but he ain't a good defender. There's a difference. Steph
Steph
Curry
led
led the
him.
league. No. Steph Curry led the league in steals, but he's not a great defender. There's a difference.
But see,
Is John Morant top five?
You saying Darius
Top
Garland,
four
Donovan
player.
Mitchell?
Oh, hey, go ahead,
saying-
Thorne. My
hold on,
bad.
go back to that though. You saying they get defensive players though? Like
Yeah,
they
it's a
like
better,
they
it's a
they
better,
like
it's a it's a better defensive backcourt than y'all. One because of
negative, not
height.
at all.
One because of height. Y'all are the smallest backcourt in the NBA probably.
But
Nah,
not defensively though. No, I don't think so either. But defensively though,
Cleveland's small
that's-
too. They both
they
6'1".
like, yeah, I mean that's
Donovan
the
Mitchell's not
same
6'1".
matchup. He's like
Well,
6'2", 6'3".
they listed him at 6'1" on 2K. I'm over here flipping on 2K rosters right now. But Trae Young's 6'1".
That's what I'm saying.
DeJounte 6'5".
Exactly. So I mean, I feel like that's an even matchup, but I think it's more.
But I mean, I still put
get more
Cleveland,
production
Atlanta.
out.
I put Cleveland, Atlanta, Chicago all in the same boat anyway. They're the second tier. They're those second-ish tier or third tier teams of the East. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Bulls, the Cavs, is even as good as they are one of the teams they're gonna win the East.
They
So
also come out and they
I
also
still
come out
think
and
it's
upset
a,
Milwaukee
I
and
still,
Boston.
I still think the Milwaukees, the Bostons,
the
the
Nets,
the Heat to the extent
Sixers,
the
Nets.
is still like those are the top echelon teams of the East. Everybody else, like the Hawks,
Yeah, they're
those
the
are
favorites.
the Hawks, those are second tier.
But they can beat them teams though.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they can.
You're not
They
beating
can
them
beat them
all.
teams though.
I just named 4 teams ahead of y'all. Y'all not beating them all.
I mean, they did that already though.
Y'all might get
It
past Philly.
was 7 teams ahead of them that year.
Y'all have never beat Boston. Y'all have never beat Milwaukee.
We've beaten both of them before.
No,
Like,
you've never beat them.
They're on
When have you beat
they're
them?
on tier enough to beat them. Something like in a series though. I mean, I'm talking
That's
about
when
like
when it
series.
matters. When it matters. When it matters.
They beat Boston before.
Not in the playoffs.
Yeah, with them old teams with Jeff Teague and all of them and shit. Because they ended up in the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron and them. I'm just saying, you said it never happened. It did though.
Talk about this Hawks team. This one. I'm not
Okay,
talking about some shit that happened 20 years ago.
You saying never like it was like all time and shit like.
I'm saying y'all ain't never beat Boston or y'all ain't never beat this Bucks team in the playoffs. Y'all only team y'all beat that was worthy was a dysfunctional 76ers team.
But they won that series. Was it 4-2 Milwaukee when they beat us in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, that's when Giannis broke his leg and came back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's his Giannis. Yeah, he.
Trey Young broke his ankle and shit on the
Yeah,
ref.
and I think y'all still lost the game even though Giannis was out. Yeah,
That's the
no
Chris
big,
Hey,
Middleton. Chris
no
Middleton,
big
Chris
deal.
Middleton, Chris Middleton, a supermax player. Also, though. We didn't have that at the time. Now we do.
I have
Giannis
a
got hurt. He got hurt. He
Chris
still
Middleton,
beat y'all.
Chris Middleton put up 43.
Giannis got hurt and y'all still lost. Stop
Chris
it.
Middleton's turned up. Chris
Oh, so
Middleton's
now
turned
Chris
up,
Middleton is this superstar player now?
I mean, Milwaukee thinks so. They paid him 200 something million.
Oh, but everybody get paid
He's a
$200
supermax
million
player.
now.
He's a supermax player, so they must think
For his
so.
team, Chris Middleton
They
not
got-
a top 10 player. Chris
Drew
Middleton not a
Holiday
top.
got a supermax. Drew Holiday got a supermax deal too. They won the championship without that. You know what I mean? They got one from what y'all saying.
hey,
And
Walk.
2 threes.
Yeah, but Walk. Let me ask you a question, and then I want Thorne to rebuttal. If they, they're having the Seattle and Las Vegas team now coming in, right? Supposedly there's two teams, and there's supposed to be Las Vegas and Seattle, right? That pushes a team to the right, to the East Coast. What if that team is the New Orleans Pelicans going into there? You think New Orleans Pelicans, as constructed now, is better than the Hawks?
Bro, that's come on, bro. Like that's a silly question. Hell yeah, they better than the Hawks. Like, are you serious?
I'm asking.
Yeah, bro. If I say Hawks versus Pelicans, who's the best player on the court, on the floor? Now, most people most people are gonna say Zion if he healthy, bro. I'm sorry, you're picking Zion over Trey Young. Most people are gonna.
That's not right now. They're not saying that, and that's not even a hot
Even
take.
if
That's not a hot take. That's not even cold.
You want Trey Young, cool, because Zion been hurt. That's why. But
Yeah,
then the
he
next
hasn't played a full
next
season
best-
in 2 years.
and who's the
How
next?
would you
Okay,
pick?
and the
How would you
next,
pick Zion?
bro, listen. The next best player will be Zion, Brandon Ingram, and you want to say debatable? C.J. McCollum might still be better than.
That's crazy. That's
It's not.
That's bias right there. That's bias right there. There's no way you're saying Trey Young is not better than C.J. McCollum.
No. He's
No.
already. He said Trey Young's the best. Like if he ranked him at the best player after
On the
him.
court.
No. Like if they had a series, right? He's saying Trey Young would be
He's
the
the
best
on
player.
the court from the beginning, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It will be so.
Yeah.
Even if you won the debate, Trey is better than Zion. Right after Trey, the next best players are all coming from the New Orleans Pelicans team. But then it goes to C.J. McCollum, and then now you're talking him versus DeJounte Murray. That's what he was trying to say.
Because y'all seen more. You've seen more of C.J. McCollum, though, so you can say that with confidence, right? You haven't seen that much of DeJounte Murray, and we're seeing it now. We're about to see it.
No, I've seen a lot of. I'm a fan of his. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's a good second option. That's the thing I'm saying.
If you've
For real.
seen him, then you would not be saying that. That's crazy.
But he's not.
You saw what Zion was doing to Ben Simmons, pushing everybody out the way. Who y'all got to stop Zion?
That's cool. John Collins. He was doing that to Ben Simmons in the same series. Pushing Ben Simmons out the way, all that shit. But Capella.
Who's stopping Brandon Ingram on your team?
DeAndre Hunter got something for that. Especially this year. You looking good, man.
Who's stopping CJ?
DeAndre Murray got there.
Yeah, Pelican, come on, bro. Everybody knows.
DeAndre Murray got there. We got something for all that. They got something for all that.
Pelicans are
Pelicans,
better.
they constructed the score. They can't score enough. They can't score enough to fuck with us. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They
Scoring enough. They scored 130 on the Nets. It's not enough. How's that not enough? They scored 100. The Hawks would not be putting up 150.
They put up points, man. You
act like they average. You act like they average 150 points a game or something.
I'm just saying they put up points though. They gotta be top. They gotta be at least top 10 from last year, top 5.
Man,
so they put up.
Trey Young 3-point percentage ain't top 5 in the playoffs. when it matter, 28%. He's shooting like Westbrook in the playoffs.
All right, let me pivot again. Look, so I was talking about the Pelicans moving on, right? Those two teams, we already know Seattle's going to have a team. It's definitely going to be the Sonics there. Who cares what Las Vegas is going to do? But y'all know how that works, right? When it comes to two new teams.
I feel like Dallas would be the one that should go to the Eastern Conference for real.
Nah, New Orleans, Dallas,
because technically Texas time zone is really like Central time zone. So like Texas has the same time zone as Chicago.
Yeah, for real.
Minnesota should be the one going.
I think
Either
Minnesota
one.
used to be in the East back in the day. I heard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know they're in the
Yeah,
West,
but
and
yeah,
they're
but
nowhere
Memphis,
near the
no,
Pacific.
Memphis. It really should be
Minne-
Memphis. It should be Memphis.
Memphis too.
It should be
or
Memphis. For real.
Minnesota.
Yeah. So, but like what I'm saying is, y'all know how the
Minnesota down the street from Chicago.
I don't even know. Do y'all know when this is supposed to happen? I know they're announcing the teams' names this year, but when are they supposed to have them like finally be a part of the league?
That shit probably gonna be for a while. Probably like maybe 2026, 2025. Something
Nah,
like
it
that.
can't be that far because they're one. Like if they announce Vegas and Seattle, they both have good arenas already to start. It's not like they're constructing a new like arena. They have the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, and I forgot what the one's called up there in Seattle. But like the way they do it, right? And I don't know if it's gonna be the same. You're obligated as a franchise to hold up to, I believe, only 8 players. This will happen when the Bobcats came in. Like you hold up to 8, and then the rest of it goes into a pool for them to draft from. Bro, what's the 8 you're holding on your Hawks team?
8 I'm holding. Trey Young, Deontay Murray, John Collins,
2, 3,
fucking
4,
Neko
5,
Okongwu,
6.
fucking DeAndre Hunter. What's his name? AJ Griffin and Tyrese Martin.
Bro, I'm telling you, like this with my Warriors, it's kind of hard. I know one person that's going to be gone. So we're keeping Curry, Wiggins, Thompson. I think Draymond Green's not going to be there. So that's 3. Poole, Kuminga. What is that? 3, 4, 5. Wiseman 6. DiVincenzo 7. And our last one, I'll keep Kayvon Looney. But that's how they're usually going to do it. But like if they don't pick your player, then they end up going back to their team. What's y'all opinions on adding two more teams? Because I think it's just it's gonna water down the teams even more.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make shit a little more top heavy. I hope they don't. I hope they increase the player base that they're searching for that. You know what I mean? But the only time will tell. I don't think it'll help. I think it'll kind of make everything a little more top heavy.
It dilutes the talent. I don't know.
Yeah, them teams ain't gonna be good for a while.
I mean, it can do 2 things. I think it can spread out the talent, hopefully, maybe one day. And then you got to think the location. NBA players love location. So, Vegas is definitely going to be a team that's going to emerge as a top team in the NBA because people love Vegas. Everybody love Vegas. A superstar's going to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be an added team in the Western Conference that could be, right there. In Seattle. I think people love Seattle too. If anything, it's just gonna make the West super heavy.
Yeah.
They definitely have to move 2 teams to the East. So I would say it would have to be Minnesota and Memphis, just like you said, because they're the most furthest to the East. I never got why Minnesota came to the Pacific Northwest Conference. Division, anyways.
I mean, if you look at the map, they right next to South Dakota, North Dakota. I mean, I don't know. It's tricky, I guess.
That Midwest division, I think, is full already too, though.
The Midwest.
They got Dallas. They got Dallas, Houston, San Antonio,
New Orleans, Memphis, yeah.
New Orleans, Memphis. Yeah.
But what I would do, I'd move Memphis to the Southeast division to y'all division. I would move Phoenix down to the Southwest and add Vegas to Pacific. That's what I would do. And then move the Thunder back down to, I forgot about that too. Moving the Thunder back down to the Southwest. Because that don't make sense while they're part of the Northwest. Well, it makes sense because it was Seattle.
I just want to let you know, bro, I don't think the Memphis Grizzlies are going to do anything either because of Ja.
Yeah.
So, just to be fair.
I agree.
Just to be fair. It's not a trade thing. I don't think Memphis going to go nowhere either.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard for them too, man. But right
they
now
got a
it's
squad
gonna be hard because he don't got nobody else that they can think of really do that off the ball, man. I'm telling you, adding another player that can bring the ball up the floor and run an offense with you as a secondary ball handler just for a few possessions is gonna be a big difference. I feel like imagine John Moran off the ball, no. But
hey man,
That's why he was begging KD to come to Memphis.
I think KD still might leave too though. Maybe he might come back around the All-Star period. They're gonna be like, oh shit.
Where would he go? Where would he go though?
No, they got this. What situation what team could KD go to that would give him a better situation than the one he in now, with better players?
It's just because ain't nobody trying to pay that shit. They're like, nah, we ain't trying to pay. We ain't trying to pay with that kind of contract. But everybody was talking about what the leading vote getter was like Toronto or Miami, right? Yeah.
For what?
Toronto, that changes the game too.
I like that. I like that one.
Who else? Toronto really? I mean, him and Siakam. You think that's good enough?
Van Fleet too. Norman Powell get you a little 20-piece.
Scotty Barnes
coming up, a young rookie. You know what I mean? That's a good team.
All right, bro, I mean,
it's not a better situation than the Nets, but I like that situation if he went there.
It could be better because it's more structured though. Nick Nurse is a way better coach than Steve Nash. He got that shit on lock over there. You know what I mean? Nick Nurse ain't playing around like Steve Nash is. You know what I mean? He got a system that he know could work if he put you in his right place. And you
I'm a little different when it comes to coaches, like especially for NBA. Nick Nurse ain't winning another title unless he has another Kawhi coming over. He could look at Doc Rivers, bro. That motherfucker can't coach, and he got a ring because he had that Boston Celtics team. But Nick Nurse, that Steve Nash, like if you're a top 5 player to me, you don't really need a good coach. I don't think so. Cause
you need players. At the end of the day, you need players.
But that team would look nice. I just don't think it's better than the Nets because I'm a fan of Ben Simmons and Kyrie.
Him going to Miami definitely would be too, though. That'd be better.
Yeah, because you push Butler into his original
they
spot.
They money to Hero, so they really can't do it now.
Yeah,
they pay Hero.
Look, this was a good episode, bro. This is a good episode. I like the debating. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'll try to do another episode probably towards the All-Star break or something. But anytime y'all, that's when I want to really talk to y'all about this because it's football season. Georgia about to play, right? What time they play?
I think they're playing soon.
Yeah, but I'm already missing out. I'm missing out the UFC fight right now, so I'm about to tap into that as soon as I log out. But y'all boys be smooth. I'll see y'all in the chat. Go ahead, burn one for all of us. Walk.